Yo, what's up everyone? Daniel Yuck here. Thank you all for tuning in today. I appreciate it. Today I want to go ahead and bring you all an in-depth review on CNC's brand new tattooing cartridge needles called Police. As you see right here, I have an assortment in which we will be unboxing. We're going to be taking a look at the cosmetics. We're going to be checking out the performance, the entire nine right here in this video. Without further ado, let's just dive into this. So where we are going to begin is taking a look at the box. We're going to go ahead and look at the packaging all the way around so we can proceed from there. So from top to bottom, this is what the packaging looks like. As you see, it's very sleek, very nice. It gives me a royal type of feeling, so to speak. This right here was done with a Chinese calligraphy brush, and this is a symbol of justice. That there is a deeper meaning behind these needles right here, in which I will also elaborate on in the article that I will write about these needles for you all. For now though, I want to touch base on the needle aspect of this. So for that though, in a nutshell, there is a deeper meaning behind these needles, in which we will also touch base on from top to bottom as well. This is one of the sides, the back from top to bottom. As you see, it's a beautiful box from top to bottom. You can pause at any point to read the box there. This is the bottom right here. This is the top right here. Very nice packaging off the top. As you see right here, I do have an assortment. We have standard 5-round mags. We have standard 9-round mags. We have standard 3-round liners, bug pin 9-round liners, and standard 11-round liners, as well as 13-round mags here, as you see. So there is an assortment. We can do some lining, we can do some shading with these. We can go ahead and pack some black here with the round mags. And again, I want to unbox everyone. I want to get every single configuration out on this video since we have them available. And I want to show you them all here. So we're not going to hold back. We're not going to spare any expense here. We are going to unbox them all. So let's go ahead and just dive into the unboxing here. So I am going to cut a spot open in the plastic over here. And right now we are unboxing the standard 12-round liners, which is one of my personal favorite configurations, as I love to stipple and do dot work. Let me actually place these to the side so I can give you all a better view. So as you see, we took off the plastic wrap, and as you unbox the box, you were greeted with the actual manual right here for the cartridges, which is amazing. I never really see any cartridges come with a manual, so I think this is super cool. I think that this is awesome. As you see right here, they do give you a list of different configurations that are made for the Police needles. You have the standard round liners, long tapers or tapers there, and then you have round mags, you have even hollow round liners, and you have round shaders as well. And as you look over here on this side, I was reading this, they do have some needles that are also semi-textured. So there is an abbreviation, I believe it was, yes, STX right here. So when you see STX on the chart, they also come in semi-textured, as you see right there, which is amazing if you ask me. I just wanted to touch base on that as well and show you all this user manual up close. So it's giving you a thorough in-depth, or it's giving you thorough in-depth instructions, and it's letting you know what other configurations are available to you. I'm a personal fan of these needles. For me, I'm looking for a go-to needle. Right now, this specific moment, I am looking for a needle that I can go to every time, because I don't really like fluctuating in my gear. I like to find my specific setup and use only that, maybe switching between 3 to 4 different machines depending on my setup. But I like to keep my setup minimalistic, simplistic, and I like to have just a more of a guaranteed approach, which is why I just want to use one specific brand, one specific set of needles. So I'm looking forward to trying these out, and we are going to see if these are going to be those needles. So off the top right here, you can see the packaging is also very nice on the specific needles themselves. I love the design of these needles right here. They look outstanding. I love the color red. I am going to take them out of the packaging and show you all them. So we are going to take a look at the needles up close here. So I'm just going to place a configuration, one of each configuration, off to the side so we can unpack them there. So that was the standard 3-round liner. I'm going to repeat this process until I have every assortment out right here for us. This one's already open, so this one's going to be the 13 round mag, but let me put this manual away. Me personally, I like to keep everything that came with the original contents. I don't really ever throw anything, so to each their own. You can keep the manuals, you can get rid of them, however you wanted to do that. A little tip, if you have trouble, like let's say if you pack them in there and it doesn't really go down, that's because they're backwards. So I was struggling right there. It's just like a puzzle. Just turn it around and it should slide right in like a puzzle. Proceeding front here, this one is going to be the 13 round mag. As you see, every box comes with a manual, which I think is outstanding. Well done, CNC. Well done on the presentation. These are amazing. They feel amazing right now. The packaging is great. They do definitely feel like a royal needle. That is a 12 round, I'm sorry, that's a standard 3 round liner, so we don't need that one. We're going to do the 9 round mag next here. So as you can see, every assortment does come with a user manual here. And it is the one that we did go over right now. And this one is the 9 round mag right there. I do feel a little bit silly because there is a little tab right here that you actually pull. So you don't need to open them the way that I've been opening them. There's just a simple tab that you pull and it actually tears a slit around all the way. So you can just simply unwrap it like so. So don't open it the way I was doing it. There's a little slit that allows you to open it like so. Very, very easy, very intuitive. Again, great design, CNC. And that was the 11 round liner. So that's how I'm going to approach opening the police needles from now on. I'm gonna find the slit where it's at. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to remove this part up here, and I'm going to leave the remaining plastic, and I'm always going to push out the same way, grab the needle and put it back. That's how I'm going to approach opening all of them from here on out. As you see, it took me a little bit to figure that workflow out, but that's how I'm going to do it. I like that. I think that's intuitive. So we opened up every assortment right here. I'm going to make a little bit of room, or just to confirm for you all. So this one, we have the bug pin 9 round liner. We have the standard 13 round mag, which is right here. We have the standard 3 round liner. There's double 3, we have 2 boxes of those. There's a standard 11 round liner. We have the standard 9 round mag. And we have the standard 5 round mag, which is right here. So we have every assortment out here. I didn't want to open up the doubles that we have, which are the 9 round liners, the 5 round mags, and the 3 round liners here. So this is the assortment that we're going to be reviewing. It's in a range, so we do have some mags and we have some liners here. So I'm excited to check out these assortments here. What we're going to do right now is take a look at the cosmetics up close. I'm going to make a little room, setting the boxes off to the side for us, so that way we can take a close look at these needles. All right, so the boxes are off to the side. Let's dive into them. Let's just start unwrapping them. So right now we're going to start with the standard 13 round mag, as you see right here. I'm going to bring you all an up close look at the packaging. Let's take a look at the other side. Packaging is very nice, standard. This is what the needle looks like up close. As you see, that's a beautiful needle. That's a beautiful cartridge as well. The design is awesome. So you do have, what I'm a big fan of is because a lot of you know I put my finger on the tip of the cartridge. So the design allows you, let's say if you work off for like stippling, if you're working off of the needle, you can actually put your finger on a little, there's a embed there, so to speak, and it'll tell you that in the instructions here. So in the user manual, there's a specific term that it goes by, which is going, there it is, it's called the finger ledge. So that'll help some of you. So for those who do align their finger right there in their workflow, the finger ledge will definitely help you out there. Overall, this design looks beautiful here. Let me give you all a full view. Let's get the light up close here. So as you will see, it is a beautiful design. The needle looks outstanding. This is one of the more favorable needles that I've seen in terms of design. It's a very nice and elegant design. Let's take a look at the actual needles here. So as you will see, there's not much give for it to wobble. I have to actually go out of my way to do that, like really throw it there. So as you see right there, the membrane is really soft. The membrane's soft, it feels smooth. We're going to put it into the Q1 and test them all here shortly, but I just wanted to unpack them or show them to you up close as we unpack them. One more full 360 view of this mag. Very, very nice needle. Let's proceed accordingly. And that one was the 13 round mag. Set it off to the side. The next one is going to be the bug pin 9 round liner. So let's check that one out. So the design would be the same for all of them. What changes is the needle tubing down here and the configuration. This is the bug pin 9 round liner. As you see, it's a very tight grouping. Let me see if I can zoom in on it. As you see, it's a very, it's focusing on the background there. It's a very tight needle grouping, as you see. I love using round liners. I use round liners in almost all of my tattoos. So I'm very, very excited to try these round liners out personally. It is a beautiful needle. This one's beautiful as well. I have a really good feeling about these needles here. And again, me personally, I am looking for a go-to needle. I am looking for a needle that I can simply use time and time again without having to worry. This one is going to be a standard 5 round mag. As you see, the tube does a change accordingly. The membranes feel soft on all of them. I will be able to tell you in terms of how it wiggles, and you will be able to see a very up close video here. So we are going to take an up close look. As you see though, those are really fine needles there. I'm giving you a real up close a look here. Very nice, very consistent needles. The cosmetics is great. We're getting a very good look. Hopefully by the end of these, we'll have a good idea of what to expect cosmetic wise from the police needles. This one is going to be a standard 9 round mag. As you see right here, beautiful cartridges. They feel great. They feel very, very light. They don't feel bulky at all either. I'm very excited to test the performance out. Let's zoom in here on these needles. So as you can see, the needles are very polished, they're very sharp. Let me show you all the way around here. Very beautiful tattooing cartridge. Here's a real up close look so you can see the texture of the cartridge, so you can get an idea of what it may feel like. Let me give you a close look at pushing the membrane here. Again, I'm very excited to try these out. That one is the 9-round mag. The next one is going to be the 3-round liner, and we also have the 11-round liner. Let's actually do the 11-round liner. I'm going to save the 3-round liner for last, as that's my favorite needle, or needle configuration size. Same thing with all of them, so the cartridge is the same throughout. I do love that little CNC logo right there, the C. That's awesome. This one is the standard 11-round liner. Yes, standard 11-round liner. Let's zoom in on the needle up here. And as you can see, it's a very fine point. Off the bat, these needles look and feel of quality. Very polished, very fine, it's still a tight needle grouping, as you see right there. It doesn't feel wobbly at all. I can't move it. Even if I try to move it right and left like the other one, I would go out of my way to move it. Don't feel any wobble at all. Very excited to try that one out. And the last but not least that I have available to me is the 3-round liner. So let's check this one out right here. As you see right there, the 3-round liner is a very tight grouping. It's not super tight, it's not bug pin. If it was bug pin, we wouldn't be able to see that little gap right there that we see. But I am very excited to try to stipple. I'm going to demonstrate some stippling with this needle. Feels soft, feels smooth, no wobble at all. It's a great needle. I love the way these needles feel in my hand. If you were to ask me how I feel about them right now, I would definitely say that for the look, the cosmetics, I give them a 5 stars, definitely easy. I'm always looking at the needles as well, because some needles are just, you know, straight plastic tubing. They really put thought into the design for these needles right here, which me as a tattooist and a designer and an artist in general, I can appreciate these needles right here. I could appreciate these needles because the design is elegant, the design is beautiful, the packaging itself is beautiful as well. The design is very, very nice that's on the packaging. There is a deeper meaning behind these needles. So overall, in terms of presentation, in terms of cosmetics and how they look, I give them a 5 stars and a thumbs up easy. Drop in the comments down below what you feel about them. Let me know how you think they look as of right now. What I want to do is bring out this skin right here, and I want to do basically an assortment. I want to just pull some lines. We're going to pack some black with the appropriate needles, and we're just going to test them out. We're going to see the performance real time here and go ahead and go from there, so that way we can get a more better look at how these needles actually perform. So I'm going to bring you all up close here. We're going to take a look at all of the performance. So where we're going to begin is, I'm just going to go from the smallest configuration. We're going to work our way up to the largest. I'm going to start with the 3-round liner, which is my favorite needle. Or actually, it's my favorite needle configuration, sorry. I love to stipple, that's why it's my favorite configuration. So upon applying the cartridge into, this is the CNC Q1, it's very easy, very seamless. There's no issues at all. Just plug it in and lock it in. And the locking actually feels really good. Like, I can feel it click, like lock into place, which is awesome. And I'm going to be, again, running the Q1 with the WX2 wireless power supply. I'm going to be dropping this down to 5 volts. And I'm just going to pull some stipple lines right here in front of you so that way we can see how it performs in terms of stippling. Now when I stipple, I don't like to fill the cartridge all the way up to the top, as I don't want the ink to pull out. So I'm going to have the same approach. But as you can see, it's pushing fine. It feels great. The sound is super consistent. Very, very nice so far. Let's test out the performance and let's check out the way that it feels right here. Feels very stable. No wobble at all. And that's one thing that I do pay attention to. But as you see, I don't have any wobble. I can get really accurate, real precise where I decide to put the shading. Making sure that y'all can see on the camera. This is actually really nice. The shading is it's not adverse, it's not hard. The needle feels great. Just matching the hand speed with voltage. As you see though, it's performing great. This is a very solid needle. I'm going out of my way right now to see if I can find anything negative to say, as I don't want people to think that my reviews or opinions are biased, as I'm simply I unbox and I relay the information as I feel in real time. And throughout me using this gear or, these machines and stuff, I will update you all and let you all know the performance as well. I'm going to be fully transparent with everything. Right now, though, I have nothing bad to say. I can't find anything negative to say about this specific liner, as this is one of my favorite configurations to use. I'm being real thorough. Like I stated, I'm trying to go out of my way to find something negative to say about it, but I can't. The build is amazing. It feels great in my hand. Something about this build right here, something about this specific model, I really admire. I really love. I do love that there's a smaller air hole. I don't know why. I just love that. But overall, I do give the needle right here in terms of the 3-round liner configuration a thumbs up and a 5 stars. This is great. And I'm real picky with 3-round liners. I've used quite a few too, and I don't want to mention any names as I don't want to make it seem like I'm bashing other brands or anything like that, so that's why I'm not mentioning any names. But there has been 3-round liners that are less desirable, and I want you all to know that I have used 3-round liners that I don't like. So overall though, this definitely stipples great. It definitely does what I want it to do. I'm excited to hit human skin with these needles. I'm gonna try a little bit of dot work right here. Very nice. It does have give, but considering that, that depends on the machine that you're using as well, but the membrane here feels nice. It feels great. The membrane feels great. The needle feels of quality. It feels definitely like a 5-star needle. I do give this specific configuration a 5 stars. By the end of the video, I'll be able to give you a more accurate opinion on how I feel specific about, overall the police needles, as I would have used multiple configurations. But right now, this 3-round liner is awesome. This is the one that I am going to reach for from now on, because it just feels right. That's the only way that I can put it. And dot work is nice as well. So for me personally, using this specific 3-round liner definitely feels right. This is going to be my new go-to needle. And it's not to say that the other needles aren't good. That's not what I'm implying. My only thing is I'm trying to find my needle that's going to be best for me and my workflow. I want a go-to tattooing needle that I can just use over and over and over, so that I can just get those from now on. So that's my goal. I'm trying to find a go-to needle. Definitely the 3-round liners are my new go-tos. Next up on the list is going to be the bug pin 9-round liner. So we're gonna pull some lines now. We're gonna test out how these bad boys pull lines. Again, the 9-round liner goes in easy with no issues at all. Simple, ready to go. Very, very easy. For this one, I'm going to take my voltage up to about 7.5. As you hear, very consistent, very fluid. Let's pull some lines with this one. And this one's the bug pin 9-round liner from CNC, the police tattooing needles. Very smooth. It wasn't hard for me to reach that dermis at all. as you see, we pulled a nice, solid, saturated line. Very nice. And this is the bug pin configuration. I'm a big fan of bug pins. I don't know why. I just like bug pin configurations a bit more than standard. But to each their own. Some people will prefer standard over bug pin. However, I do use a combination of both when tattooing. Now, one thing that I'm noticing is if you look at my needle depth, I put it out kind of more to see, you know, to see if I can mimic or get some wobble within the needle, and I'm not getting any wobble from this needle at all. It feels very consistent, as you see. I'm not sure if my hand was in the way there. Let me taper back in. As you see, very nice, clean, solid, saturated lines. A lot of that's going to come down to the technical approach the tattooist takes. However, this specific needle, I'm going to start reaching for this needle specific as well when I'm going to need a 9-round liner. So basically my goal is, again, I'm going to reiterate, I'm trying to find a go-to needle. And right now it looks as though, and it feels as though the police needles are going to be it for me, as they feel great. They feel like a high quality needle. They don't break the bank, and they perform the way that I need them to. Not to mention that they have hollow round liners and textured needles as well. So that's also a great thing. As you see though, it's definitely doing its job. It's definitely pulling lines. Let's pull some right to left real quick. Very clean, very nice. And we are running at 7.5 volts, for those who are wondering. Seamless, easy, no issues. Again, like as I'm going, I'm really like looking out for anything adverse. I'm really looking for any issues at all. So I want you all to be aware that I am looking for the negatives as well. I am looking for the cons. And right now at this very moment, I don't have any specific. Very nice lines, very saturated lines. It's doing what I need to. So I will be definitely reaching for that configuration. And that was the bug pin 9-round liner. The next one is going to be the standard 11-round liner. Let's pop that one into place. Every cartridge that I pop in, they all feel the same. They all lock in great. This is the 11-round liner. Now this is a bigger configuration here, although I do love the way that it feels. Overall, the needles just feel great in my hand. No wobble, nothing like that, nothing adverse at all. Had to get used to this configuration. I took my voltage up to 7.6. As you see, very consistent throughout this line right here. I got used to it already. Very nice. And again, I am looking for the negative as well, so be aware of that. Very nice. I don't feel this tip up all the way, simply because I don't want pools of ink coming out, because I want to try and get clean lines and demonstrate as clean as possible here as well. Now, I have used some needles in the past where I will be pulling a line and all of a sudden it will begin to wobble. However, with this specific needle, there is none of that. There's no wobble at all. It's just straight stability. I'm confident that when I'm pulling these lines, I'm not going to experience any of those adverse behaviors. And I'm sure a lot of us have experienced those wobbles that I'm mentioning. It feels great though, this configuration. I've used this specific configuration a lot, and I can say this one definitely does feel great. I'm experienced with the lining needles as well, so I can say that these off the bat feel great, and that is my genuine non-biased opinion. I don't know how else to put that. Let's go ahead and do one more line here. So all of the lines came out consistent. It just took me one try to get used to the configuration. I do love this specific configuration. I will also be reaching for the 11 round liners, and I use 11 round liners a lot within my specific work. So that's definitely, and I use the 3 round liners, and basically all of these liners that I just demonstrated, these are some of the most higher configurations that I use in my work. So those are definitely my new go-tos. Right now, we're going to move on to the standard 5 round mag, and we're going to test that out as well. Locks it in. I'm going to take this down to 7.5 volts. Very nice, very fluid, very consistent. Haven't noticed any adverse behaviors from these specific needles at all. I'm just going to go ahead and pack some black here. Do a little circle packing black, and I'm going to try and approach this with shading at a lower voltage. So if I needed to pack black in some tight areas, it's definitely pushing, and it'll definitely do that. It'll definitely do just that. Let me actually take this down to about 5 volts. 5.5. So I'm at 5 volts right now. And if I were using this small of a configuration, I would also shade bigger areas with the stipple approach. So let's say if it was like a face on a bigger part of the body, then I would, instead of using a 3 round liner all the way, I can use something like this, as you see, and get a very nice peppered look still, which is very, very cool. So you can use the needles however you want. I can't tell you how to use the needle specific. You could even put it on its side and stipple that way. I would run them this way, like that. Everyone's different. Overall though, this specific needle configuration feels great as well. I'm a big fan of this one. I could see myself using this one quite a bit as well, especially on bigger pieces. I think that the only time I would use mags or in my pieces is, again, when they're bigger pieces, like let's say if it's a thigh piece that has like a face or something. Not even that, maybe if it's like a back piece or a chest piece, because I've done thighs where I've used just straight 3 round liners. So as you see, very, very nice. It's definitely performing, so it definitely shades and it definitely packs. Let's just pull some lines with it going up for fun's sake. I'm going to take that up though to about 6.5. Using the side of the needle. So as you see though, we did pack black, we did shade with the 5 round mag, and it's definitely doing its job. This is definitely a cool configuration. I never really used small mags, so using it right now, I can definitely see myself using this specific configuration a lot. Again, as I stated, for bigger chest pieces and back pieces, for bigger spots that I need to shade on or pack black in tight areas. Next up is going to be the standard 9 round mag right here. Let's check that one out. And I'm also going to be running we're going to push that one at 7.5 volts. Why not? We're going to pack some black. This is going to be the standard 9 round mag. If the 5-round mag pack black, I'm sure this one's gonna do it well, but I just want to demonstrate on camera with you all here how they perform. And how you saturate is gonna come down to the specific tattoos at hand, how they move, how they saturate, their technical approach, their capabilities, all of that matters. So we are running at 7.5, and as you see, it's packing just fine. It's definitely doing that as I expected it to. No issues at all. I think me personally, I'd be able to say that these are my new go-to needles even before I'm going to be done with this video, just based off of how it feels when I'm using them right now. I do love the performance of these needles. I'm dropping back down to 5 volts as I want to test out some shading on the side here. I'm very interested in getting into more shading with mags on bigger pieces. So I'm going to test that out right here. So as you see, I can shade bigger areas while going over it fewer times. It would be the go, which is one of the reasons why I would use a mag for a bigger area over a smaller configuration. So as you see, I can get more stipples with less passes. So it's definitely capable of shading as well on the side, or these mags do shade well. And again, right now I am in the lower volt range. I'm at 5 volts. And as you see, it's definitely doing, those are nice shades right there. Those are nice soft transitions. Let me focus back in here. Nice and soft, very good, very good. And that was the 9-round mag, standard 9-round mag. So last but not least, we're going to be pushing the 13-round mag, and we're going to be testing that one out. We are pushing at 7.5 volts, and this one is with the CNC Q5 grenade. I do have an in-depth review on that as well. 13-round mag. So as you see right there, it's very nice, very easy. Now I know that I like to let my needle hang as well with the mags. I don't like to, like the way that I had it on this, I would have just hung it out a little bit more. It's preferable as I can control it a lot better and I can see the needle tips a lot better, which is what I need, or which is preferable for me. So as you see, that's amazing. It's definitely packing black. So I'm lowering to 6 volts here. I'm just gonna try some shading. If I needed to shade bigger areas, how would it come out on the side of the 13-round mag? Very nice. It's gonna come down to, again, technicality and technical approach on how you apply the ink. Overall, though, it definitely does good. I would prefer to use maybe the 9-round mag to shade. However, this one definitely does that as well. To me, the shading is a bit smoother with the 9-round mag, but a bit of that may come down to technicality. Because I could still, on this side, if I take my time and get used to the needle, I could still get that nice transition that we see over here. So that actually comes down to technicality. Overall though, I do love these needles. These needles are great. I'm definitely digging shading with mags. I'm definitely just digging the overall feel of the needles themselves. These needles definitely do feel great, from the packaging to the performance to the cosmetics, everything in between. I love these needles. As I stated, my goal is to find a needle that I can use over and over again that has a bunch of different configurations. And on top of that, CNC's new police needle offer different textures as well, and you have hollow liners, which is great. So I think it's a no-brainer. With my non-biased opinion, I do feel that these police needles are amazing. For me personally, these are my new go-to tattooing needles off the bat, just based off of this mild performance and demonstration that I shared with you all. These needles are definitely my go-to needles. I'm going to be reaching
for those from now on. So when I have some more needles, like some Reigns and some Quill. When I'm done using those, these are going to be it from here on out. These are my new standard. I do feel like the Police needles are a high quality needle. I give them 5 stars, 2 thumbs up all around because of the packaging, because of the design, the meaning behind them, the simplistic and futuristic build, which is kind of contradictory, but I feel that way about these needles. Overall, nonetheless, I do give them 5 stars. I give them 2 thumbs up. CNC did a great job with these needles, from the packaging to the design to the performance. Everything is there. So if you are looking for a new needle, I definitely highly recommend to check these out. They do not break the bank for the quality that you are receiving. They're well worth it. Like I stated, it is a no-brainer. It does everything with ease. Let me bring you all close so you can see everything here. So as you can see, everything came out great. I will be using these needles a lot more in the follow along series where I'm doing tattoos and just tattoos in general. Like I stated, these are going to be the new needles that I reach for when I'm doing a tattoo. As you see, everything is saturated, everything is nice. It did pack that black. It's shaded with some mags. The lines are great. The stippling was great. The dot work there. Everything is just a mild demonstration just to kind of get my points across here. Overall, like I stated, these are 5 stars for me. These are a 2 thumbs up from me on my end for those simple reasons. If you have any questions, or if I didn't touch base on anything specific throughout this video that you may have wanted to know, please feel free to drop it in the comments below, and I'm going to do my best to assist you in the best possible direction. If you're not, be sure to go ahead and give me a follow on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok, as I have social medias all under the same name at Daniel Yuck, DanielYuck. I would genuinely appreciate your support. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring that bell for me, as I will be bringing more videos like this. Thank you yet again for tuning in. You have a great day.